Johnmark Bently, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Compound Combine. Tell me about the session you taught today.
Well, there's a lot of great kids here. It's just one of the reasons why Appalachian State makes a presence here every year. I mean, there's a lot of great kids, and just on our team alone, the last year we've had 2 NCAA qualifiers, 2 conference champs, and back-to-back years from the state of Georgia. Georgia wrestling's getting a lot better. I know Compound and a lot of the clubs down here have a big part to do with that, and we just are always looking for great kids out of the Southeast, and just to get to work with them and see them in this kind of training environment's a pretty unique experience.
Yeah. What did you show today? You showed some leg attack,
Some counter offense.
Counter. Why did you decide to show that?
Well, I just started with head and hand position, and I think that's one of the things that I see the biggest difference in good high school wrestling and high level college wrestling is just the positioning. And so if their head and hands are in the right spot, they're going to have opportunities to re-attack and to score a lot more often, and then slow down really quality opponents. So I think it's something that's important, and obviously all these guys want to wrestle at the next level.
Yeah, that was kind of be my next question. Is like, was it an advantage to you that you enter a room and you no longer have to find out if that's even an interest to these guys?
Yeah, I mean, if they're here, obviously they're interested in wrestling in college, and for me that's a good start. I mean, obviously they got to like wrestling, and if they're here, most often they're going to like wrestling and want to do it at the next level. So, you separate pretty fast when you get here. You see who's serious about the sport, and that's really important to wrestle at the next level.
So clearly, you want to have a guy come to the program that's a good wrestler. What else do you look for? What else does it benefit?
Well, I think more than just being a good wrestler, I think they've got to be doing this because they love the sport of wrestling. There's a difference in doing it because you're good at it and doing it because you love it. And that's the one thing I've found over the years. The guys who are doing it just because they're good at it, eventually they hit that tough time or that adversity at the collegiate level, and it breaks them and they don't make it. But the guys who seem to do the best are the ones who really love the sport and are doing it because they love it. Because they're the ones that are going to want to train. They're going to want to continue being students of the sport and continue developing, and that's really important as far as taking it, at the next level.
Is that something that you can train or develop, or is it just you either love the sport or maybe you don't?
I don't know. That's an interesting. An interesting thought. I mean, I think that you can learn to love it. I think obviously the more success you have, it's easier to love it. But I don't know. I think if you to love the training and the demands that go into preparing for the sport, that's something that I'm not sure if you can. I'm not sure if you can learn that. I think it's something that's probably instilled in you if you like that kind of work and grind and determination. It's something that probably is something that's been part of your core fiber, from the time you started wrestling.
Gotcha. So what's exciting for you looking at next year? I think you have 2 returning qualifiers?
We have, 3 returning NCAA qualifiers.
Yeah, and then battling this last season, for that top spot in your conference.
Yeah.
But when you look at next year, what gets you excited?
I think that we've got a lot of young good guys in our program that are bought in and are motivated and are working a lot in this off season. I mean, we graduated 5 seniors, so we've got 5 guys in our lineup that we're going to have to replace. And I think it's just exciting anytime that you see opportunities for young guys and seeing how they respond. And I've been very happy with the work they've put in this off season, just trying to prepare to be ready for next season. We're going to have a difficult schedule, so they're going to have to, we're going to find out really quick, how well they're going to step in the lineup and fill those holes. But we're going to be a young team, but I think the hopes are still high for this team, and we've got high goals, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a new team, but goals really don't change.
So when you look at kids like a group of kids like this that are, you're going to want to go to the next level, what's your advice to them when they're in transition or, actually making that step up?
Well, I think obviously it's about the relationships. When they start looking at schools and determining what school they want to go to, then they need to look at the whole picture and make sure they have great relationships with the coaches there, but also the wrestlers on the team, because that's who they're going to spend a lot of time with. And if you fit in that culture, we talk a lot in our program about culture all the time. And you got to be able to fit within that culture of that team that you're going to, and that's something important for me as a coach. I want to identify wrestlers who are going to fit in our culture, and if they don't, no matter how good of a wrestler they are, it's probably not going to work out.
Gotcha. Awesome, Coach. Well, I appreciate it. You got anything else to share?
No, just really excited about the future of Appalachian State wrestling, and hopefully you guys will keep following.
Oh yeah.